For people that are scared that the whole thing was going to blow up and that would have been the end of everything, would you say the situation that happened at 3 Mile Island was obviously it was a problem, but was it way more exaggerated than it really was? Were there a bit, you know what I mean? Could radiation have leaked everywhere? Could there have been an explosion, or was it something like, yeah, we got to take care of this, but it's not going to be as bad as it sounds?
Well, there were a lot of things that went wrong, but as far as a catastrophic explosion that was going to take out the East Coast and all that other kind of stuff, that just wasn't going to happen. Okay. And since that time, we put a lot of equipment in place to make sure that we can monitor the containment building better, because back in those days, they just didn't have the monitoring capability that we have nowadays.
Gotcha. And right around that time, didn't some movie come out in China or Japan that scared the crap out of everybody about nuclear power?
Yeah, it was called the China Syndrome. It came out a week before the 3 Mile Island accident. And it was kind of funny talking to the people, because I actually met some of the people that were in the control room, and they said that the local newspaper had taken out an ad, or the utility had taken out an ad in the newspaper saying, "Don't believe about all the hype about this movie, because it would just never happened." And sure enough, it did.
Man. So once that ended, I know one of the things I brought up was that 3 Mile Island documentary on Netflix. You were saying you think that was just more for show? That's not
that was not a documentary. That was more of a mockumentary. I had talked with some of the people online and stuff like that about the show, and it was really, really done in poor taste. It was a little bit of fact and a whole lot of fiction. One of the guys they centered around this guy had no commercial operating experience whatsoever. I think he had some Navy experience, but the difference between the Navy plants and these big commercial plants are night and day. And he didn't even work at the plant when the accident happened. He was hired 3 or 4 years later as a quality insurance inspector. So he really, and I could tell by the terms he was using, he really, really didn't know what he was talking about.
I just find that so fascinating. So he wasn't there for that, so he couldn't have been the whistleblower either.
No, that was all a bunch of BS. And as good as the HBO show on Chernobyl was, this Netflix mockumentary was not good at all.